What's crafting, guys? I'm with a Golem and welcome to my Let's Play series. First of all, I'm going to give a quick apology to you all for the last episode. Unfortunately, you should never delve with AI Ultra HD exporting because for some reason with Minecraft it decides to try and depixelate everything and make it all weird and funky. But I've got something to show you before I go back to what I showed you in the time lapse in the beginning. It's in the background and these are my new redwood trees. So let's go have a quick look. So between episodes I've been trying to sort of think of an area around here and I was fed up with this big empty space. So I've designed these redwood trees and this small little wooded area but which I want to expand because these are so cool. I love them. So simple as well. They were redwood. They were literally acacia wood, bit of basalt, and then you got walls and fences, and then acacia leaves, just to give you that break up. And I love it. I think it's pretty cool. This is a lovely little forest. You see all the petals on the floor? That's where the light comes through. So anywhere that light comes through, these little flowers grow. So I've got all these over here as well. I've got a little sort of, this is a sort of roots that's overgrown which you can go through. I quite like this little thing, it's quite cute. Oh, hello Mr. Fox. So he's already making himself at home as well. I haven't quite finished the floor yet, but these are like just basic smaller ones. And then I've got another big one sort of over here, not as big as the big one, big one. But yeah, this is going to be sort of my chill area where I can come calm down after the huge builds that I make, and I think it's quite relaxing. I might put a broken log on the floor and just sort of make it so I could just chill out and enjoy, maybe get a few birds, a bit more life around there. But that actually has filled out this area really nicely. It has made it and tied it together. Obviously we still got bare areas like that which I've got to get full with something, not too sure yet, maybe some vine factories or something, or we'll see what we can do. But yeah, I think that looks lovely and I think it fits perfectly into the area. So now let's go and have a look at literally what we've just done. So as we walk down the corridor past the ice biome, which is cooling the whole factory off really nicely, we end up in a little place of the new sort of canal boat unloader and loader. This place, I wanted to go to a slightly different vibe than the one over there because that one was mostly bricks, and yeah, I wanted to, this was more the industrial parts. So I've done brick arches and everything is pretty much stable bricks, and you've got this big thing. So they've got quite an open area that goes up a couple of levels. Over here, obviously this is the crane system, which we'll see a bit better in a minute as we go up, and we've got the big pillows and the actual control area. I have had to extend this. I'll just make a little walkway around the outside, so that's how you get around the big post. And then we'll just have a quick look. I don't think you can just about see it. That is the actual grabber, which is quite cool. You come around here and obviously we can't get up from this level, just down this area, but we all know where I'm going now. It's the new wind burst thing, which I love ever so much. It's so helpful. I know my lifts are on the other side and that's going to be helpful for the big tower. Just let's hope there's some in here. Yay! We are going up. So just gonna have some of my cooked moose meat because this fills me up ever so much. And I've got lots of bread sitting ready, and for some reason, if anyone can figure out why it takes so long for me to eat on this game, it slowed down so much it filled up and then it just does this. No clue why. It might be because of the mods. Anyway, now on this level you can see the bit of the crane, and I don't quite know. I must have missed something. Let's just get rid of that. You can stay there for now because I've got plenty at the moment. But you'll be able to see all the mechanisms. There's a small belt up there which is powering the sort of engine that powers, I don't know what they are, but it makes sort of sense. These the actual I always forget the names. They are going to be the chain runners sort of thing, and the whole idea around this is that they move and it pulls and pushes. It's a bit like a crane machine, to be honest. But I left this open so you can see what's coming in, which is quite a nice little thing. And we still got entrance there and entrance to nowhere just there. So we're going to go up into the crane operators area. Now this is the crane operators area. As you can see, got the big cogs just above, which are powering a smaller cog, which is powering the belt, which is going down to the bottom. I've left a few pieces out so that these things can turn. We've got a big chair, which I've done it again. I'm always putting blocks in places that I don't need blocks, and then I forget where I put them. So anyway, this is the operator's chair. I might put some, I don't know, something on these, but these are supposed to be sort of like a cab. But this is, you have a guy on the radio downstairs, and this guy will, these are going to be some sort of screens that help him direct. But this is above, and then we got a little access area just so that you can get to the actual crane mechanism to fix it. And this is a bit of law so that you can get over here, fix these bits, and then yeah. But yeah, this is what it's going to be now. It's pretty cool. I really love it. But I think we need to load stuff onto something else. So that's going to be a new canal boat. So we'll do that in another quick time lapse. So unfortunately, I forgot to press the record button of all things. Even the best of Minecrafters and YouTubers always forget it, and it was the same for me. But we do have this lovely sort of canal boat. It's got a bit of storage so that the crane can come down and pick it up. Got a little captain's area where you just steer it and then you just chuck coal into the engine. Big sort of steampunky, if we can go around, got big steampunky sort of chimneys and the paddles at the back to make it go forward, which are powered by belts. I think it's quite cool. It's not the best little ship in the world, but it does what it needs to do, and I quite like it. I think it's quite cool, and it fills in this area very nicely. We'll have a quick look at what it's like from above, and then I can show you what it looks like. Here we are from the top. It's pretty cool. It gives it a bit of light, and I like it. It brought in a little bit of wood into the area. That is quite a stony, dark, drab sort of factory, and the claw looks pretty cool. I never showed you though, the claw is slightly off center because I wanted to make it look like it could be left and right, and it is basically a claw machine. So yeah, that's one other thing off my list to do with this factory. So now we've done the canal boat, I want to show you where we got some inspiration from, and that's from a past world. So let's go back. So this was a creative world which I made in the past. Unfortunately, I've lost the texture packs now, but this gave me the rough idea of what I wanted to fix look like. So I've got a lovely little canal boat here with a villager on, and this was a conveyor system, but unfortunately that's all disappeared now. This is what gave me the idea for this redstone world. And here's a massive factory, and I love these sort of columns, so I might incorporate something similar using the different texture packs. It was actually a tester for a create texture pack, I think, and these were all machines. Now I was really happy with how this place turned out, and it ended up being huge. There was a little bit of inspiration from Peaky Blinders. I was a little bit obsessed with it, so I had gypsy caravans, and this was supposed to be a populated area which was just slowly building up. Huge church, and then there was a train station. Now I want to look at this train that I did, because it might give me a little bit of inspiration for the tram or the hanging train. So I did a little bit like this. Obviously, yeah, I did think this was going to happen. It's not the best, but it looks quite cool. I do like the track. That looks pretty cool, and there's lots of different sort of elements to this area. I think look very, very sweet. I do like this little thing, this nice sort of I think this is supposed to be a blacksmith area, or stables for blacksmith area, but yeah, so there's a lot of stuff in this area which I might incorporate to the design of the new factory area. So I think we should go back. So with this build, the constant need for bricks is getting a little bit too much, and I think I've pretty much mined the whole of the lush caves to death. I know I can get I could get a good supply of them, but I really want to have a clay maker machine, and I'm going to have to put it, I'll show you roughly where. So you see the area where those trees are, just there, over there? I want to put it there. So I have been experimenting in my Redstone test world, and what I want to do is just show you it there, and then I'm going to bring it over and we'll show you what I've done once it's built. It's time for Redstone! So we're in my Redstone test world, and this is where I get all the kinks out of my machines. Now this is a custom made one, just ignore all the stuff behind. I have designed this to automatically create clay. Now this section down here, and I know it's a janky mess, and that's how I like it. We have a block placer here with a chest that leads onto the mud, so the mud will automatically get placed on top of the redstone torch with the piston behind it. Now the piston pushes out mud, which will go all the way over here, and when it reaches the end, it pushes it over. Now that goes over to a certain point where this observer pays attention to what blocks here, because that sets off all of these pistons to push upwards. Now there is a redstone line up here which is sort of like a cut-off, because it connects to another system which does exactly the same what was down below up here. So there's a observer facing the block here, and then that goes all the way across and sets off all these pistons. Now that moves all these blocks across, and that's all connected to the system over here. And over here I think there is a redstone torch just there. Now the redstone torch sets off this system, and it means that when it's hit this, it turns all the machines off, or turns them on, so it sticks them in one place. So the drills here can pick up all of the clay and mud. Now it's not an efficient system. It works the best as it can because I have got 2 layers of dripstone, and that hopefully works well enough to create enough clay blocks. Now I know it's not going to do a whole lot, and I'm not hugely bothered because I can recycle them. Oh yeah, with the drills we've got the conveyor belt, and that comes down here and then it goes into this chest where I've been tested, and roughly say a third of them is mud blocks and the rest is clay. So that's quite helpful to know, and this obviously is my first sort of custom clay maker machine, and eventually I want this sort of hooked up to a smelter which will cook all the clay into bricks for me, and then once the clay is put into bricks, or I could have it all sorted out into a system where it compacts them. So yeah, I just need to get that into the other world now, but when we go back there it should be there ready for us to then build around it. So catch you on the flip side. And there we go, we've now got a building around the amazing bodged together mess of a clay farm. But it works and it's been producing nicely. As long as I have a supply of mud, I get lots of clay. I might have to do like a small smelting array somewhere and have that go off maybe into a side building, just so that I can have my bricks sort of made up. Now what I have done is I have put the word clay on the side, added a little bit more sort of desolation, not desolation, but a bit of a wear and tear. And I think that works quite well. We've got obviously got the tanks on the back pumping just raw clay with liquid clay into it, and we've got pipes going down. Oops, I have missed a window, so that's going to be something I'll do between episodes, is fix a little bit. Got a few holes to patch up in the ground again still as well. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this thing's turned out, and it's going to churn out lots of bricks for me, because this place is taking so long to do, because as you've seen, I use a lot. But I'm pretty happy with the progress we've made this episode. So guys, just standing below this now, it looks awesome and I'm so happy. But we're at the end of the episode, and thank you all for joining us. And I know this time we've been a bit skitty and we're just dotted around here, there and everywhere. Done machines, done buildings, visited places. It's been an adventure. But thank you guys, and thank you for watching with me. So don't forget to smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and stay crafty. If you've enjoyed this episode, don't forget to check out my past episodes.